Good morning and welcome to the one and only FUD stream that you ever need in your life with DJ Cryptomatic, Wells Only, and Papa Bona.
Salute.
And salute. And get exclusive material that you can only get here by subscribing and pressing the like button, like this one, for example.
It's really
Ooh, spicy.
Oh my
There we
god.
go.
Did you
What's
know
up,
we
you
got,
guys? Will's Only, what's up?
Wait,
What
we
up,
got two
man?
BS logos on the stream. What the frick,
True.
Dust Bomb? Do we have to brand it on two corners of the damn thing?
What?
I only have one.
Yeah.
Well, no, look at the stream on the tube.
Oh, that's normal because the channel logos are always like in the lower left corner. That's the YouTube setting in general.
Can you swap
yeah.
me with Wales? He can have a logo.
Why don't you just use StreamYard like normal people?
Yeah.
We do.
I
You
mean,
don't. Because I don't see that on StreamYard, so you're not using StreamYard. You're looking at YouTube.
That's
And you know
what
what
people are
would be
looking
really
at.
awesome? Oh, you're looking at YouTube.
Yeah, but
If
you're
the-
not people, bro. You're in the show. Like,
If the
get in your
volume
lane.
level-
Wales, I got
Of, like-
split screen. You.
Only
pop
Papa
that-
comes up
pop
with
that-
these complaints, yo.
bubble of yours.
It'd be
Go
really
ahead,
nice
bro,
if the
my bad.
volume levels of the waiting
Maybe-
intro would be the same as the intro music.
maybe he just wants
Ah.
to
Remarkable
like
to
the
fix
video.
that.
That's why he's got it open on the second stream.
I like to
Smash.
see the chat going on. Why would I not want to see the chat scrolling?
You can see the chat in the StreamYard.
Yeah.
I
Chat
can't
is
see
up
the-
there.
I
The
can't
chat
see
is
the-
always first. And who was first today? Today it was Nom Nom. Good morning, chat. Good morning, everybody. Hexy Quinn, Patrice from Paris, Bob Legai. Oh, look at that, Bob Legai. What up? He says. Hexy Bob. Sandy Beach. What is it? Cult Hex, aka Gaiman. I read German. Oh,
I love the complaints already. Papa
Was he?
bitchin', stay off my lawn.
yeah.
Get off my lawn, you dead
Reno.
kids.
Old angry man shouts at cloud.
So,
Pursue
Shouts
soul.
at stream.
But
Alaikum salam. SE, Avalon, Hex and Effect, T-Bird. What do we have?
Oh,
Hex and
man.
Effect, Avalon,
the
T-Bird.
family right there. The Wake Up Hex crew.
Red Skrill, oi oi. Oi oi to you too.
Oi, oi vey.
It's so close to oink oink. I'm always think every time somebody says oi oi, it's like a pork chop coming at me. Oink,
pork
oink, oink.
chop coming at you.
I don't know.
Pork chop coming at me.
Oh man, Germany almost beat the UK.
Where is it
in
from?
football last
Where
night.
is that from?
Almost.
The oi oi. Is it like a
No
down
idea.
under thing in
It's
Australia
UK.
or something like that?
UK
UK
originally,
does. Okay.
Speaking of UK, DJ Cryptomatic, you okay?
Yeah, thank you so much for your get well wishes. My voice is still a little bit nasal, I think, which is
Sound
what
fine to
happens.
us.
It's okay.
After
That's
you
why
had
I want
the
you as
thing.
far away from me as possible. Just in the
Yeah.
upper right-hand corner.
Keep your
Don't-
distance.
don't want
I'll be
the-
up here in my
You
corner.
don't want the enemy traveling over digital pathways and networks and shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nah, it
None of
was the
that.
usual thing. You know, the kids brought it home from kindergarten, and then my wife had it, and I had it, and then everybody had it.
Ring
So,
around the rosy, yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
And we were all
I got-
stuck in quarantine for a week.
I got mine from my
Yeah.
cat, believe it or not. It was
Oh
some bullshit.
God! What are you?
Yeah.
What kind of intercourse are you having?
No, the
with your
fucking.
cat?
Let me explain. The damn thing has a tendency when I'm napping on the couch. He jumps up on my chest, stares me like this close to my face, and then if he's sick, he sneezes
Then
right in my
farts.
fucking face. No, his face, not his ass.
Oh, his face. Okay.
Yes.
Excuses. Excuses.
Yeah.
Damn
All I'm
cat.
hearing are excuses.
Well, there you
When?
go.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. JFK is
Nom Nom
asking when
says
Papa's
some
pork
cat.
Some cat.
Some cat.
That damn cat. Isn't that a Disney movie from like the 70s?
I don't know.
That
Not
darn
all-
cat.
Aristocats.
You aren't old enough. You're barely old enough to get
I
on your high chair to be on this
remember-
chat.
So what's been happening? Community all up in arms over these forks and stuff. Oh, we're not supposed to
Fork you!
fork. What the
Oh, I don't
fork?
even know. Wait, I'm even on the previous stuff. Wait, I don't have the fork up yet, but yeah, we're gonna crowdfund you this.
Nice, thank you.
Don't forget
No
to throw
hex
some
logo.
Corona beers on there too while you're at
Us?
it. Make it right.
I want one with a
I-
hex logo. Can fix that.
You
please.
wanted what's the word? Custom made. You want custom
Custom
made. I
made,
survived with Corona.
It's actually funny because viruses have this hadron icosa thing going on, right? The top.
Wait, what?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The top of the virus, yes. It's always
Yeah,
drawn
it's
like
the
that in
hadron
school.
icosa.
Oh, right.
You mean icosahedron, not a
Icosahedron.
hedron icosa.
Yeah. That's. Oh, actually, it's not. Not really. Anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
an
guess.
elongated,
But it's pretty.
like
It's pretty
hexagon, yeah?
close. Yeah, it's pretty close.
It's close. Yeah, it's close. That's about it.
Right on. Nice. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're happy you came back and you're somewhat. We saw
Yeah,
that you
Fox.
could stream with your DJ Cryptomatic stuff, but you couldn't come back to us for an additional week. Very nice,
No,
DJ.
my voice was still a mess. I'm so sorry.
okay.
No talking for DJs, so they can
Yeah.
get away with that.
DJs
Right.
talk with the hands.
My message comes out from my forearms through my wrist to my fingertips.
That's right. That's right. But in the midst of all this, when I was super high fever delirious, one morning, I think it was a Saturday after the fork, I turned on the YouTubes, and there was Jimrat Crypto going like, yo, I just bought 10 billion Hedron for $200 on the fork. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
Let me
that's-
get in on this shit too.
So what's up with these forks?
Yeah.
I mean,
work
besides the
just fine
fact that
for me.
well, look, it's a two-layer thing, right? And it's important to understand. You got Hex itself, which is its own thing, and then you got the rails, which is the network, right? Those are two independent things. So you got the money, and then you got the thing the money travels on. That's the way to think about it. So as far as Hex goes and Hedron, there's no question that if
Goodbye.
Rocked. The fat got
alpha.
him.
The alpha just like decided to go away all of a sudden and
Who's that?
rug you all of.
RC3? Is RC3 here?
Don't tell the secret, ban.
I don't know why.
Period.
Hello?
Yeah, the FBI agent didn't like what we were
Yeah,
saying.
right.
Yeah.
Please.
Careful.
Sorry, one
Alan
Where'd
was a
you-
man.
where'd you
Ice
see-
raid.
Oh man.
They
So the
heard
whole
that you were a
thing.
Spanish speaker.
Okay, guys, I have to move my car. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
Currently, there is a
Don't
big
worry,
truck
we'll-
that can't pass it.
We'll dock
Yeah,
your
we'll-
Be
time.
right back.
We'll
Yeah.
cover the FUD, don't worry.
Why don't you minimize you? Okay, fuck. In the meantime, you can see my chair.
Can the owner of the green truck please move it?
At least you said it right. You used this German accent. Did you catch that, Papa? He said Z owner.
The owner, yes. You sound American today.
Right. Stop
Well,
trying
better
to
than
change
Kermit
your
the
voice.
Frog.
Why is there so many
Applause,
songs
applause, applause,
about
applause.
Germans? Where they come and where they hide.
Oh my god. You guys are too
Okay, so
much.
the hex code is the same, right?
Yeah. So okay, so what happened? What is happening for Post Chain is what happened with those two I guess you can call them contentious forks. I mean, so long story short, ETH Fair and ETH POW are the same ETH we were using, last week before the merge. So that's pretty important to understand. Number two, they kind of came out of nowhere. So when they first came out, people were doing their due diligence and whatnot. And, as far as either or fork, when I streamed about it, the comfort level came from a grayscale claiming its bag on one fork, which at the time was ETHW, right? So that was like the big thing that signified, all right, this is okay, even though I had already interacted with the contract or whatever, right? Because at the end of the day, I understood it was just a fork. Comprende? So because it's a fork, you're not really like nothing's different. In fact, it's even cheaper to transact on ETH proof of work than it is on the ETH mainnet.
It's super fast. It's super cheap.
What up, bro? Yeah.
Peter.
Hello.
Peter.
Hello.
And Kraken has listed it right up the
Yeah,
gate,
a bunch of
rarely do.
exchanges.
So that was
yeah.
kind of an approval for me too.
Right, a bunch of exchanges have
Kraken's
also
new.
listed ETHW. So I don't know. It seems like it's just a lot of misunderstanding as far as the FUD goes, which is usually where it comes from. So as always, I implore people to do their own research, think about things in a logical fashion, and if they don't understand something, ask questions because, opportunity presents itself in ways that you never see coming, and that's all the time. And this is one of those ways because nobody thought we would have 3 hex before Pulse Chain, and now we got 3 waiting on 1.
Hex, Hex is the only shit that's working on all of these fucking.
Yeah,
For now.
I don't see anybody else. But here's the thing: I don't see anybody else interacting with those chains, and that just goes to show that Hexicans are crypto. We're the only ones doing anything. So
Yeah, not even DAI it's working on ETH.
Well, DAI is just dead. It's DAI dead. Get it? No. Okay. Anyway.
DAI.
Deadeye. Question. I lost it. Oh well.
Perfect.
I'm old.
You lost
Search for it.
Yeah, but I hear some people talking on stream like, "What are the founders of these fork?" I'm like, "What founders? It's Ethereum. It's like
It's a freaking chain.
it's Vitalik. Like,
The
what?
fuck? Yeah, that's crazy. All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, going forward, okay, there will be certain conglomerates of miners, I guess, who you could consider.
So who the fuck is in charge of Bitcoin? Like these questions are stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I can't.
Yes.
Like,
But we know. Yeah. True.
I'm also not saying bet the farm, but Hex
not
is
about betting the
working
farm.
totally fine
Right.
over there. So
It's
why not play
about-
with it? You've got if you had Hex on the old chain, you're already over there anyway. So
Here's the thing: you got a copy regardless on both of these forks because they are forks.
yeah.
Fork is a fork, right? That means that whatever was there previous is the same exact thing because all they did was say copy paste and change the network ID. Like they didn't do anything, right? So I don't understand where any FUD is coming from. I don't. It's just very basic. It's very straightforward. As long as you're connecting to the right URLs, you don't have anything to worry about. And at the beginning, that was literally the only concern. I had never heard of Kyber swap and all this other shit, so I wasn't.
Oh, that's old. No, Kyber swap is old.
Yeah, well, I didn't know him. You know what I mean? So the point
Well, if
is,
you didn't know,
well, the point is, if you're not comfortable, don't fuck with it. There's no reason that anybody should be,
Speaking of, I think part of the FUD is that there's no like legitimate, trustworthy bridge right now. You're just kind of speculating in this little bubble. You can take it back to a centralized exchange if you can get ETHW and change it to ETH.
Well,
yes.
Yeah,
but there's
but
no wrapper.
The exchange is the bridge.
Yeah, but that works just fine. Like
it works fine because all these exchanges are validating the freaking coin.
And Huobi for the other one. So I use these two because I still happen to have an old account on Huobi, which is Chinese, but hey, it works. So I got the money.
But hey, it works. Yeah, that's a great attitude.
Look.
Fuck that shit.
KYC and all that. So, let's go.
It's not like this is Coinbase listing one of their usuals.
Yeah.
Right? This is a widespread listing. Like, I don't, like, people be wanting, I just don't understand people. Like, you guys need to do better. Seriously. Like, just do better because there is zero reason for FUD. This is literally the same ETH that was being used last week. And it's the same hex. So there's nothing wrong with opening up a brand new wallet and taking a small risk for a big gain. I mean, I don't know what people are doing, but people need to really study risk versus reward and understand asymmetric payouts, asymmetry. You know, if you don't know what that word means, look it up.
Well, it's widely assumed, Wales, widely assumed, and we can all pretty much bank on it, that Richard is not forking these other forks.
No.
Look,
He's only
I wouldn't
forking
say
ETH.
so. Yeah, I would
Proof
only
of
say
stake.
he's forking the mainnet. That's right. But
Right.
that doesn't mean that you can't take $100 and buy you a few 100,000 hex or whatever, a hedron, whatever the case is. Like, there's a good case to be made for making a risk-adjusted allocation over here. Like, you got people buying these stupid shit coins and meme coins. What the fuck? Like, go buy fucking
What
hex
the
and
f- what
hedron
the fuck?
when it costs you nothing.
Yes.
Like,
and when you know the code
FUD
works
is-
and the T-share rate
Bro,
works
look,
just the
the
same.
fact that this shit has to even be described in detail just goes to show who knows what the fuck they're talking about and who doesn't. Right? Like,
But you
it-
want to
it
watch
comes
your
a time-
security. That's the
well,
one point.
but this
You
is the
know,
point. But
That's
that's the
one
point.
point. But that point we always put clear. Like, use a
But
fresh wallet.
but
Don't
that's
connect.
exactly why
Don't connect your
open
wallet
up
with
a brand new
old
wallet,
stakes. Yeah.
right? Like,
All right.
people,
To these
it's
dApps.
crazy, bro. It's
Yes,
crazy.
look, where there is low gas, there is incredible opportunity for chicanery. So that is part of the reason.
So
People
wait,
will be dusting, people will be dropping weird shit.
time out.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous frame of mind.
No.
because-
Let me explain myself, Wales. Before you go down
Okay.
that road,
Okay.
I'm talking about just like the Indian scammers.
No,
Right,
I know what you
on
mean.
calling, they just
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a low dialing rate, so it attracts more scammers.
Yeah, I
Any
know
one
what
of
you mean.
any one of the forks, any one of the EVMs could
100%.
attract that. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Now, here's the thing. Here's the way I look at that. It's a double-edged sword in reality, right? Because just like you're gonna have all these scammers popping up, you're really gonna see people saying, "Damn, this is cost-effective to use." Like, NFTs can survive over here, assuming the gas problem didn't transfer over, right? And the volatility of the gas. Now, we won't know until we actually see some viable network activity over here, except for outside of us, right? Like, we're not moving the needle as far as gas goes, and we're big, right? We got tons of transactions on this network. So if we're not moving it, it'd be interesting to see what happens if other communities come over here and play. What's this? So
Gas problems.
yes.
Problem, guys. Hey,
Right.
Brazology seems to be having an interesting bit of trepidation. He says, "Can you bring up his comment there, Peter or Dasbaum?"
Which one?
This one.
Yeah. Instead of concentrating our wealth into a single hex, let's all put $500 into forked meme coins.
Yeah, it's fucking funny, man. So you got people out here now talking hex on other chains, which is the same exact hex that exists already, that you already own, and you're
Yep.
being provided an additional opportunity to potentially capitalize on this arbitrage that exists, and people think it's time to be fudding. Like, what? I'm gonna need people to start checking their brains at the door.
That means
Like-
that they don't have anything in the room when they've checked it. How
Bro,
did that
look.
one get? How did that one pass the
All I
scrutiny
know,
of your logic test? I don't understand.
all I know is if people are out here saying buy fucking meme coins, how dare you tell anybody to not buy Hex or Hedron on any other chain?
how dare you,
how
sir?
dare you?
How dare you?
Yo, you know, you guys know I take this financial shit pretty serious, right? Like, it's not a joke to me. So this is why I get very upset and fucking rip heads off. Like, people's money is not a joke. And if you're gonna be out here talking about what people should be doing with their fucking money, you should have a clue first and foremost before you start guiding people in any direction when you in fact don't have a fucking clue. Like, people really need to get privy to the fact that that's a problem, because people are listening to you whether you believe it or not. Whether it's your opinion or
Right.
not is irrelevant.
Right. So who's giving?
What?
who's
One
giving
moment. One
advice?
moment. I have something to say. No JFK. Bad JFK. If that ever happens, it won't be streamed.
What?
Oh,
It will be televised.
It'll be OnlyFans. it'll be chatterbait. Send tokens.
too fucking funny, man.
No, but Wales,
Good the mood.
what side of this equation are you offended by? People that say, hold on, be cautious, or people that say, God damn it, throw some money into this thing?
People that say, don't throw money at this thing when they don't even know what they're talking about.
Right, sure.
Right? Like, I made sure to do some due diligence before I even posted anything on it on Twitter, let alone talked about it.
Right.
Right? And here we have people literally just talking like we are right now with no foundation whatsoever.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wales, I got thrown for, a reality check when the first ETHW chat opened up. And there were 350 members. My wife and I sat down. We're like, oh, it's all in Chinese. Dear, you know, you can understand some Chinese, yeah? Yeah, we were taking some notes over about an hour and a half. And what we heard was, and I'm still trying to cycle through it, still trying to fine tune it, because like middle class working man corrected a little bit of the phrasing. We thought that it was, the quote was, we're going to hold on for a 3.5 ratio. No, 2.3 ratio or something like that, 2.5 ratio, and then we're going to dump it on Z's exchange. So that was an interesting thing, and it got a whole resounding bunch of chuckles from a lot of the people that were speaking. So we're like, this means something. What does that mean? And this is also the same miner that said, as soon as that happens, we're dumping the hell out of it, and we're going to ship all of our tin to Canada. And Canada is not like a big mining central right now, but it could be that there's a broker there that takes all these ASIC miner rigs and sends them off to Europe or somewhere else that people would be interested in them. We didn't know, but
Probably
middle
not
class
Europe.
corrected me, and he said that it may not be a 2 to 3 ratio. It may be, or a 3.2 ratio. He said that it may be that it's reversed in Mandarin, and it's actually 2/3 the price of Ethereum. So they may be hanging on for a little bit of time. I thought it was going to be a quick dump, but it could be that they're going to help support it and run it up until it's 2/3, and that's their goal. But a lot of other guys after that said, let's take this to another chat. You're giving away, very important things on the public airwaves type of thing. And about 6 or 7 members left. This is my intel that made me say, I don't know if this is a rigged game or not. This is all I picked up with my wife on that Chinese chat.
Yeah, it's a
That's all I
Chinese
know.
fork. It's a Chinese fork.
It's a Chinese fork, exactly.
Yeah.
Chinese
So is
biscuits,
Fair,
too.
right?
As far
Well,
as
yeah,
I
but-
know,
yeah.
both of them are.
Yeah, but Fair's got even more, it's a different Chinese fork, right?
It's more Chinese.
I think it's more
I-
Chinese than the W fork.
Well, I
think
just
it
get the
is.
feeling. I just get the
But the
feeling
hash
from that
rate is
chat.
creeping up slowly. It's like
Well,
it
it
was
has to.
30 terahash, now it's like 40, so
It
it's
has
not
to.
going away. Like it's
Well,
Well,
it
for now.
goes away when they say, shut down, sell the rigs, we got to buy it.
Yeah.
And it may be only momentarily, it may be only off for a month, and then it gets picked up from some European big honking, mining firm, and they turn them all back on again, and there's no problem.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean,
No,
all I
no,
can say is like I don't buy into these imaginary horribles for now, because that's always what we blame
I mean, that can
other
happen
people
on
fudding
mainnet,
hex
right?
for, and now we're kind of doing the same thing. So I rather take my chances with a little bit of money there, not betting the farm, watch your security, but I'm playing that game over there, and so far it has worked out. So I mean, granted, it may all go to zero for sure, and if one day the miners decide to switch off, then that was it.
They
But
switch off.
it's an imaginary horrible too, in a way,
I would say it's imaginary until you listen to 350 people talking and all like in unison saying, yeah. And you're like, holy shit, what the
Did
fuck is
ETH
this about?
Classic go to zero?
But
Or
people are
anything
mining
that
ETH
is
on that
actively
graphics card at
mined,
home.
it's-
That's still possible.
It could
Yeah,
be a
but-
thing forever. We don't know, because if it gets picked up by somebody who says, yeah, this means something to me, and I run this whole outfit and I can be profitable, then yeah, you're going to have ETHW on forever. It's possible. ETH Classic for free as a fork, if you got ETH and ETH forked away from Ethereum Classic, if you're left with a huge bag of ETH Classic, are you pissed off if you were like an original ETH investor? I don't think so.
Now, everybody, if you see a fork, you have to drink a shot.
What?
Oh,
Got one better. We were talking about Chinese fox earlier. I had to make this.
Oh,
yeah, retard.
So we can distinguish between the two.
What was that on top?
One of them hats.
and Ellen, thank you for.
I don't remember the name.
Oh, that's silly. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Chinese fork. I get it.
Yeah. So anyway, just exercise, just like Cryptomatic said.
That's
Exercise.
racist.
What?
nom nom. Das racist. Very funny.
I'm trying to see it. Why I can't see it?
You can't see it 'cause
I see
No,
it.
that's no. Chopsticks are more Japanese, in my opinion.
no, those are
think.
Chinese. And
I don't-
Well, they
all
both
Asian
use it,
chopsticks.
but you don't see the stereotype used. with
What are you
Chinese
talking
people,
about?
no?
What are you
Chopsticks,
talking? Of
I've
course you
never
do.
seen it.
Talking about
I thought it was used
stereotypes.
with all Asians.
Of course you do.
I thought that stereotype was used for all Asians, not
Every
just Chinese
Asian,
either.
every
Yeah.
Asian.
That's what my experience is for sure.
They all use
Um,
chopsticks of different types.
Yeah,
you know.
that's what I've seen. Yeah. Anyway, point is, I think you're better served taking risk on the same thing you already own on new chains at a supreme discount versus shit coins. I don't really know how else to put it. Like, it's kind of crazy that this conversation is even being had, but here we are.
I don't know. Everybody should be happy to have something to dump. on.
Apparently,
Another
not.
chain.
Yeah, apparently not. Oh, more money. Oh, who needs that?
Oh,
Yeah, terrible.
This is bad.
Well, I just got to. It's just becoming a full-time job really quick to manage all this shit, right?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
lot
well.
now with the minting, the Hedron, and all that on
Oh,
free
it's
chains.
clicking. Oh my god.
Whales, it takes time. It takes more time. And it takes time for you to roll a joint.
Man.
and
I'm busting your balls.
it's taking away your joint rolling time. You
Right,
must be
now I
really
gotta
pissed
pick.
off.
Now I
Yep.
gotta pick. Do I gotta
Yep.
click or do I gotta roll? What am I gonna choose to do? This is some bullshit.
it's not about clicking. It's about waiting for the transaction to come through.
Right. That's true.
JFK 666 is trying to get all of the running gags wrapped up into one troll. Will Papa's pork pussy coin have a chopstick fork?
Yo, that's hard to do. Yeah, shout out to JFK because that takes some
Well
time.
done, well done. You got like
sir.
3 streams worth of running gags all into one troll comment.
Nice.
Well,
My question. I have one question.
Hmm.
Did the fork happen before like the perpetuals in Maximus where
yes, it happened
Yes.
before.
Yep.
Yes,
so
unfortunately.
we
yeah.
we could have did it on
You have Maxi over there, but that's it.
No, you
yeah,
couldn't have,
okay.
Peter.
No,
I have a
no,
question.
okay,
Oh,
yes,
I
yes,
remember
sorry,
my
sorry,
question.
sorry.
Remember my question. Gentlemen, this is a a silly question, but please indulge
Shoot.
me.
Bullet's got a
These
PA
guys,
now.
these guys,
Well, that's got the
cobbled-
right idea.
these guys cobbled
Let your
together these
secretary
two
do
forks.
it. Give her your keys as well. So
Yeah,
she can
yeah,
push
yeah.
more buttons.
Yeah, beautiful.
Poor
So,
Team Red
this is
Crystal.
look.
All right,
these
settle down.
forks-
Papa B.
These forks appeared rather quickly. We can assume, right?
Yes.
It seemed
4
like
weeks
they
notice.
came because they don't have any of the integration of there's no DEX integration from day one. It was just like all
Nope.
free for all. There's no there's
Wild
probably no
West.
AMM bots. There's probably no pool
Nothing.
liquidity type of balancing. There's just nothing. Just like here you go.
Nothing.
Question.
I bought 20 wrapped Bitcoin for $10.
Well done.
Now,
I hope
now
you
I
have
don't know what it's gonna be worth.
good
but
chance
I'll
to
go
unwrap
for
it. Exactly.
That's
The point-
going to zero.
The point is, gentlemen, the point is, and I don't mean to criticize, it's just a thought experiment. Why is it taking Richard a year to fork Ethereum? It took these guys like apparently
because
2
he's
weeks.
waiting for the bottom. Jesus Christ.
I know
Actually,
you're
the
waiting for
whole
Sandy Beach's
consensus-
bottom.
Yeah, DJ, for you.
Bad company.
Going to zero, yeah.
Gesundheit. Anyway, the point is don't you think that even though Richard's doing all this embellishment and work and the integration of everything, and there's no doubt about anything other than waiting for the bottom, don't you think that's a little bit, I don't know, you know that the core chain can be forked like that, like Richard once thought. What do you think is taking the time? Where do you think the bugs are? And do the bugs that Richard's seeing exist on these forks?
I know where the time goes.
But it's still.
I love that.
That was a good one.
Yep.
Got him.
Isn't the rumor that they had to rewrite the whole consensus mechanism in a different coding language?
Yeah.
Isn't that the
Yes.
rumor?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that needs to be bug tested and shit. So
But these other ones were not, because they're not consensus.
All they
Doesn't
did
matter.
was all they
Well,
did was
Papa Big,
literally
what I
fork.
think. That's fine.
yes,
What I think is that there is work to be done on Pulse Chain. So Richard is improving things, and
Simultaneously.
simultaneously, he's waiting for
Simulcast.
the bottom.
Yeah.
As soon as he sees the bottom, I think there will be, I don't know, there's high probability that Pulse Chain will launch.
Right on. Well, we know it's going to be fantastic when it does, and that is a good idea. Is that the consensus algorithm is the thing that he's been doing from scratch too, and that would only be, and he didn't have any, there's no testing that he could have done before they released proof of stake Ethereum anyway as well to compare it with. He built it himself.
Maybe the software was complete, full of bugs, and they just have their standards and wouldn't launch.
All right. To answer Papa's question, the ETH forks that just occurred were nothing. Like all they did was just change
Continue.
the network ID and the RPC. You understand? Like they didn't really do anything. So again, it was the same ETH we were using last week. Both of these
Yep.
forks.
it's
So
a continuation of the old ETH.
yeah,
Yep,
so there's
easy
really
peasy.
nothing, they really didn't do anything except click a few things, right? So this is why it's easy for them to pull off a fork in a day or two or whatever, 72 hours, right?
Got it.
So you got to take that into account, take into account all the different things that RH is trying to do on this side. Like he's trying to create a whole ecosystem, not just a simple fork, and good luck to the rest of you guys with everything else. Which is what
Yeah,
we
right.
got, which is what we got from these guys. And even if they made any changes, right, it's still really the same thing. It doesn't really matter what changes they made. At the end of the day, it's still proof of work. It's still what we were using last week. And it seems the same, right? Like it's similarly the same exact thing. Papa's one treasure.
Oh my god.
Yep.
That's great.
Two Papas, one Keister.
Thank you.
But
Hey,
But it's funny,
Gina
like a
Meinhardt-
week before, we all said, like, will we have 4 versions of
Yeah, we
Hex?
were
And
just
we all
talking
said,
about
no,
that.
it's just 3. And now it is, in fact, 4.
Yep, it is in
Four.
fact
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Well, there's one redheaded grandnephew that we're still kind of looking sideways at, and that's ETH Fair. That one's silly, and quite frankly, Justin's son has his mitts all over it. I'm out. So
We went from 4 more weeks to 4 more ETH.
Yep. That's a good one.
boom.
Boom.
Well done.
So, yeah.
Yeah. End of the day, same chains with maybe minor tweaks. Same
4
hex.
weeks.
Same.
Yeah.
But
hex.
hey, I have got some good news. Shemitah is over.
Oh, yes.
Hex
Papa V,
didn't have a bottom.
you are
worried
the
about
resident
it. Yeah.
Shemitah expert, right? So,
Me?
what the
Why?
fuck? This was a giant, like on Saturday the 24th, where there was a warning over Germany not to leave the house. I stayed in the fucking house. Nothing happened.
What warning?
It's good that
warning-
nothing happened.
What warning could
Why
there?
was
What,
the-
what was going to
Yeah, I don't
happen?
even
Planes were
understand.
going to fall out of the
Explain.
sky or something?
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's weird. Only in Germany they warned you?
Only in
Pretty much.
Germany. You're supposed to stay in the house, and this will be a day where everybody remembers what they did that day, like 9/11.
So much
the
for that.
What? That's odd.
Yeah,
I never heard that.
It's
it's
really
on the Twitters. Go look
On the
for it.
Twitter.
well. That's
So it
very
must be
strange.
right.
Yeah.
So
But anyway, nothing happened. So
Yeah, clearly.
the queen died a few days prior, so maybe that.
and
that
it was
was-
Rosh Hashanah, so stay inside. Why don't you?
She
and
died
relax?
like 2 weeks prior, so that wasn't even.
I had
near.
the Rona anyway, so I wasn't going anywhere. So
Right, sure. That's really weird.
yeah.
sabbatical year. The year we take
now
off.
it's
There's
over.
also- But no, it's not necessarily over. Now
it's
there's
not.
a potential jubilee year, which could prolong it for another year until the crash.
Jubilee, Fubilee, Hex
And by
to
the way,
double bottom,
I learned this.
double bottom.
I learned all this from non-Jews, by the way. So I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is. And they didn't teach me this in freaking Hebrew
Yeah.
school when I was 10
Let
or
my
something.
people go.
Yeah, let my people Shemitah. I've never heard of Shemitah before this.
Well, it just
Yeah.
goes to show how everyone's education is catered. That's right.
Whatever.
That's right.
Just gotta
Got
say
'em.
that religion is just
What?
weird stuff.
What is this? Germany warning about Jewish holidays. Good faith. What's that all about? That's about.
Oh, come on.
Look. This
We're all
this
friends.
stream
We're
has
all
2
friends
Germans
here.
and a Jew. We're all cool, okay?
We're all
It's all
friends.
good.
Come on.
This is
Other
not the chat of the
generation.
Sudetenland.
No. You stay in the house.
Be careful. I know that the Jews are coming down to celebrate the Rosh Hashanah, and the planes will fall from the skies. Schweinhund. And that's
It's
from
like you remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
That's the day I bought a couple million hex.
Right. I was just like,
I like how most people still didn't catch on that I'm not even German.
you're Russian.
You're German,
You're
bro.
you're the
Whether you
Eastern
wanna be
Front.
German or
He's
not, you're
the
German.
he's the Western Front.
Oh boy.
Das Baum is the new Russian.
right.
New German.
The new
sorry.
German Russian.
Technically, I'm Ukrainian Russian because my mother is Russian, but my
Even
father is
better.
Ukrainian.
The
Yeah.
conflict in you must be insane.
Even better. Even
You get both flags and wave them outside.
Yeah.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
So that's a fun topic. Moving on.
Touchy, I know nothing.
Enough about Das Bomb and what he has going on. Let's move right along here to important things.
The Russian with the German
the
accent.
Russian with no.
Oh my god. Yo, y'all out of control, man.
Oh man, Russia calls in the reserves and nobody wants to go.
I heard that they
Yeah.
got plenty of people lining up. I don't know what's real anymore. Like,
Oh, okay.
even I'm
Yeah.
getting lost nowadays. Like, wait, what? There's a lot of misinformation out there, bro. So I don't even know. You know, I stick to what I can verify, and that's the type of shit that none of us can verify because we're not on
Yeah.
we're not boots on ground.
We're not there.
50
Yeah.
years later, people will verify, but not now.
Right. Yeah. After we're all gone, well, like people will find out like what happened.
Speaking of 50 years later, America just released plans to invade Canada
What? What?
Wow.
in the 1920s.
Hold on, what?
Speaking of 50
It's the
years
same
later,
kind of thing. Like,
Hold on.
you
I
can't
got another
imagine the
Schminkta
things
for
that
you.
are going on in the world.
50 years later was Vietnam. What are you talking
Oh, no,
about?
wait,
Here,
it's
man.
oh, it's
They
100
want
years
the
later.
healthcare.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
not 100 years later.
Yeah.
It's 80 years later.
Oh my god.
Wait, let me pull that up.
To
I
do
had
what
laugh so
exactly?
hard.
All the gold is already mined in the Yukon. so-
Weird.
They,
Franklin.
they want the healthcare.
The healthcare, yeah.
We're not leaving
could
until we
be,
take it all.
Yep.
Oh, look at Franklin's poor grammar. Guess whose is Jewish? Whose what is Jewish? I'll never tell if mine is Jewish.
You're gonna have to drag it out of me.
You'll have to tear my pants off to find out.
So in 1921, they made like this plan on what if scenario and how they would invade Canada back in the day. And now 100 years later, the like
in
actual
case.
plans and everything they are
Yeah.
Just in
freed up
case.
in the
Yeah, I seen
Looks
this.
German.
I thought it was something new. I thought it was something. Yeah, this is old school. Yeah.
That's the okay. First of all, Canada, really? Why would we need this thing?
I don't know.
They're so friendly people.
we would just
Or the
walk across the border
maple
and say,
syrup. Maple
Hey,
syrup and
we
healthcare.
get you.
They
Like,
got Drake. He's popular.
We can pan for gold. How's that?
Yeah, that's it. That's the catch. I'm gonna walk over there. I'm gonna drive up to Albany,
Get the
walk
gold.
over there, and get the gold. Or Vancouver, or wherever wherever the gold. I think the gold is in the west. If I remember correct. Western Canada.
Silliest thing ever would be like, I mean, it's pretty much North America. It's a friendly country. It's an ally.
I mean, this was
Yep.
back in the day, bro, when central bank was just implemented. They had to get it right. They had to get all their game plan test out.
Canada's
Yeah,
defense.
that's true.
Sorry.
Oh, hold on.
that's
I
all
got
he
a
would
question. I got a question. Isn't the French or the French that they speak over there like the French from like 500 years ago or something?
Possible. It's a weird
Maybe.
accent for sure.
Yeah, right. It's not like the contemporary French. It can't be.
No.
So that's the French that they speak over there.
You're saying
which
that
makes
they
sense.
say,
Well, it's literally
Like-
dialect, right?
I don't know enough.
does it sound to them in France, does it sound to them like thou art a sit upon my stool with
Right.
thou in thy
Right.
Oh, they had to. No,
I don't
they,
think so.
Their language had to adapt as well over the 100. No, over the I don't know.
You would
300
think.
years or whatever.
Yeah,
Pray
you-
tell, a codpiece
Yeah.
for your woman. Yes.
Let us
I got
know,
the French
Das
resident laughing now because she got up to the stream.
Oh my god. Die.
Shit. Speaking of cod pieces, was Richard
Yes.
rocking a fucking cod piece on his dick?
I understood.
The shape of a
Cod
purse?
A cod purse.
A cod purse.
I understood. Here's my cock piece. Like it's something perfectly
Cod
normal. I was
piece.
Like, what the fuck?
It's a
What's
cod
cod
piece.
What's a cod piece?
I only
What's
know
a cod piece,
cod
Peter?
fish.
Peter, it's like okay. During the Renaissance, the men would wear tights and kind of thing, right? In Eastern Europe or in Western Europe, and on top of that, to kind of cover their manhood, they would
mean used
have a
to?
kind of a.
They still do.
They still do. They still do wear tights, and then on top of that, they would wear kind of a tufted piece to cover their manhood. And sometimes they would actually make it a little bit larger to over accentuate their piece.
okay.
So it was called a cod piece, a cod, presumably like a fish, because
Cod-
inside
cod
there's
piece.
a big fishy. Yeah.
Yeah. Bit fishy.
Out of control,
Okay.
man.
It reminds me
Hexicans,
on the.
Cod
2022
piece.
edition.
You're talking about that purse that's just hanging, right?
Yeah.
It reminds me of
That white
those
one, that white one.
Scottish.
How's it
the white
hanging?
one. I
No,
gotta-
it wasn't hanging. It was suspended. Go look at the
Yeah.
video. Bring it up. It doesn't
Yeah,
move.
I am about to.
Oh, he did a video with that shit on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I see it.
Bro.
Oh,
you
my
need to watch
eyes.
that.
Oh my god. Ah,
Yeah, crazy, man.
bring it up. It's so silly.
Show me
It doesn't
plus.
move. Look. The one on the bottom is like somehow
this is a
attached to his
different
groin.
Yeah,
And watch
this is
how it move. It doesn't move. Watch. and he refers to it as a cod piece.
6 inches. No sound.
$700,000 Rolls Royce, $2,000. Actually, this might have been like 1,000. Valentino. No, this is probably 2,000. Valentino purse. My Valentino cod piece. What else we got here? Got some Louis Vuitton custom shoes.
It doesn't move. It doesn't move.
2,000. Valentino purse. My
I
Valentino
wonder
cod
what
piece.
happens if you
What else we
open
got
it.
here?
It's like the joke in the movie theater with the popcorn container that you cut the bottom out of.
Right.
You say, "Would you like to reach into my purse and get a surprise?"
Would you like some more popcorn?
Oh boy,
Too funny.
It reminds me.
cock
of
in a
this.
box. Yep, it's my dick in a box. Yeah,
And,
Oh yes,
and
that's
December.
the song. Yes.
Forgot about that. Oh my god.
it's a funny sketch, man.
Yeah. Good old days. Yo, okay, so hold on. Who remembers? Okay, you guys remember Reno 911?
Yes,
What do you remember the name of the show that replaced? I think it was like Kids in the Hall or some shit. Do you
Kids in
remember?
the Hall. No, Kids in the Hall was the Canadian one. That was only on Showtime.
No, that was on. They had it on Comedy Central too.
Then they were reruns.
Okay, it must have been reruns. But is that the name of the show? Kids in the Hall?
Kids in the Hall is the Canadian one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all and
That was
yeah.
really fucking funny.
no
You
shit.
remember that?
Yeah, of course I do. I was a big fan of Kids in the Hall. They had like I think only 2.5 seasons.
Yeah, they didn't
And-
last long because they were super funny. It was
There's a
super fucking
documentary on Netflix right now about those guys. They had
Oh,
like a
really?
reunion. They're all old now and
Yeah,
but funny as fuck. Oh, and they got a movie called Brain Candy.
Well, Reno 911 came after them. Like they were supposed to replace Kids in the Hall, and they weren't. Like I liked Reno, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't think it was of the same caliber,
No.
you know, of comedy as
Forks
Kids
in the
Hall.
box.
Forks in the box. let me take it all back. Nobody's on Peter's level of comedy, of caliber of comedy, because that was just random out the blue.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for acknowledgement.
You're welcome, sir.
Golf clap.
Do you mind if I fork that one?
Right. I'm gonna take that and go
I
right
can use it over
with
there at fork proof of work. Oh, you got a fork. All right.
Once again.
Oh man, good time.
Accidentally.
Let's see the
I
other
had
one.
fork.
Let's see the white one.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
that's just how you call it?
I don't know, man. Wait, can you freeze there for a second? Isn't that the definition of a toddler body?
No,
All
it's the
head and
fish
no
eye.
body, like
No,
you
it's
said, the Todd bod.
fish eye
Todd
land.
bod.
Now I see.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I don't think Richard would like that angle very much. It's very much Todd bod.
He posted it. What are you talking about?
I know he posted it. I'm just saying that after that and wait, he got that from Cabana Crypto coined the phrase Todd bod. Richard used it in that debate, and now Richard is falling prey to the Todd bod angle. Yes.
That's
With cod piece.
If you live long
With a
enough,
cod
you'll
piece.
become-
With a cod piece.
With a cod piece. So now it's a Todd bod cod.
Scenario. Yes.
Yes.
It's a Todd Bod Cod scenario.
That's right. Todd bod cod. Hashtag Todd bod cod.
Oh my god.
What a day. What FUD we enjoyed today.
Oh, it was great.
Shout out to the chat with all the fork jokes. Love it.
Right.
yeah.
It's been a banner stream. It's been better than usual
Oh, yeah.
with all the comedy. And everybody's participating with the comedy. It's great.
Yes.
And the forks.
And the forks.
And the forks. Don't forget them.
Don't forget
And
the forks.
whoever started the drinking game, when you hear fork, take a shot.
Oh
Good
man.
luck. Good luck.
It did. I think if we played that game, it wouldn't matter what you drank. You still be in a bad way.
Oh, yes.
Still be in a bad way
True.
with all these
dear.
forks that's going on. Shit.
Sandy Beach is saying that the all of the energy and the comedy stems from only because Peter is back. So
There
you
go.
have your
Peter's the
biggest
source.
fan there, Peter.
Peter
And
is
you're
the
paying
source.
her well, I'm sure.
Of course. I only have sent this OnlyFans and I pay her. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. A little bit racy there, Peter. Easy.
Whatever, Peter.
Not all jokes work, so this one didn't.
Red Squirrel, we're kindred spirits. When Spork, very good. Yes. Throw a little
Saudi
bit of
man. Our German chancellor just visited the Saudis and came back and has corona.
Awesome.
How about that?
You said he visited?
Yeah, he went shopping for.
Because that's
On a
supposed to be
shopping
done
spree.
in the men's womb.
You went shopping for gas? What?
Shopping for gas and oil and all kinds of shit. Whatever they got going there.
But you have
Hello,
enough
have
we
gas
need
me
to
some gasoline.
forge
survive the
new
winter,
partnership.
right?
Damn, if only they would have listened to Trump when he was in office. Oh well.
China.
Oh well.
China.
Oh shit.
Sometimes I miss how he said China. That's my
China
favorite
flu.
China.
Yo, I never really noticed until right now that you mentioned it. Holy shit. All this time and I never noticed.
meme. Yeah, and
Nah,
now now he's away. You miss it.
Yeah, we do, because I never noticed. Now I need to hear that. I need to go find some clips where he says China. China.
China.
China. The China flu.
The
China
China
flu.
flu. The gyno flu.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Boy.
Crypto Gains Club's comment is funny.
Can't see it.
It's a bit up.
Okay, I'm doing,
Just
wait,
when you thought everything
I'm doing a
settles
request
down.
real quick. So
Yeah.
I tried that, but something really, really weird came out.
Let's
say China. 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 China.
Okay, enough.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
China.
China.
God
China.
was freaking flying.
I like that.
And it had 3 minutes. That was just
Oh
a
yeah, there's no
sneak
way
peek.
we were gonna make it to 3 minutes of China.
Yes.
No way. China.
What's this?
Susul.
But Susan,
Pasussel is much better.
That's
than
what he got out of it.
Pasussel with a cod piece.
this. How about the guy that?
The sentence doesn't make sense to Dali, so
How about the
says
guy
no.
that's cross-eyed in the third one? What's up with his?
yeah,
eyes?
these pictures are
Even
crazy.
the first one is cross-eyed.
That's kind of weird.
Dolly wasn't
yeah,
having
no,
it
that's
today.
it's not cross-eyed. It's because Dali isn't able to do faces really well.
Mm,
Well, okay.
mm.
So
Why are
he's
these guys in
cross-eyed.
chains?
What? We're going to be the richest community, but we'll still find shit to argue about. We need
That's
more
it.
comedy streams hosted by Das.
Yes.
Love.
That's it. That's a lot of truth right there.
Mhm.
I mean, it's best if comedic things are hosted by comedic people, but I understand the sentiment.
Well, you know,
Shots fired,
sometimes you need a stream hosted by Zeppo marks, right? There has to be a Zeppo.
Oh my god. That was funny.
That was
Great man,
But China. Oh,
but China.
Zeppo is the one with the head, right?
yeah.
No, Zeppo's Jesus Christ. Get with the program. Get with your 1930s comedy, goddammit.
Oh my god.
Zeppo is the straight man who was always a true comedian in his acting on stage, but they used him as the straight man for all the movies, and he's like, "Fuck this shit," and he left
Yeah.
because he was a big comedian. But
Yeah,
they made
wasn't
him
he
the
like
straight man.
wasn't he like after Charlie Chaplin in terms of popularity or something like that?
No. The four Marx brothers, right?
Hmm.
You got Groucho, Chico, Harpo, and Zeppo.
Oh, my bad. Got you.
And Zeppo is the straight man.
Yeah, I got you.
He's like the guy that gets the girl and the guy that is mixing things up but on the straight level.
Right.
And then whenever the guys come through with their slapstick weirdness and wordplay and musical craziness, he kind of is sitting out somewhere else during that part.
Right, because he doesn't play with that.
Right. Even though on stage they were all like equal in how they would just make.
Right.
Yes, there you go.
Right.
Zeppo's up in the top left.
Right.
And after he left the act in the movies, the other three continued because the guy down at the bottom, the guy that played the piano, always gambled his shit away. So they kept doing movies way longer than they should have to keep his gambling habit going. And then the silent one, the mute character, of course, he didn't have a problem speaking, and that's Harpo on the far right here, the blonde one with the blonde wig. Actually, it was red in real life. But anyway, guys, see your Marx Brothers comedy. Get to know it. It's like the best comedy ever made on film.
Yeah, I
End
forgot
of
about
story.
these guys, to be honest with you.
And if you want subversive comedy, this is the birth of subversive comedy on film. The studios were like, you can't hit the audience with so many jokes at once. They'll never be able to digest them, So, but they proved them wrong because they're like, fuck you, we're going to do what we did on stage.
Well, clearly, whoever those folks were came out of Germany.
I beg your pardon? Oh, yeah.
Probably racist.
Actually,
Or
you're
Ukraine.
looking
And Russia.
at German refugees right here.
Oh,
You're being
really?
challenged, Papa.
Yes.
You're being challenged. Free
No.
Stooges
What?
were
Three
better.
Stooges were better? No. Hey, listen. I'll say
the
recently watched every Three Stooges, and I'm very close to Three Stooges stuff because Those guys were from my neck of the woods. They died. All three of them actually passed away in the old folks' home for screen actors on the other side of the street where I grew up.
Oh wow.
So I really feel that there's a connection there. I love the Three Stooges. I think they're incredible, and I think they're going to have a big resurgence someday, and people are going to say, my kids have to watch the Stooges, because it's great. But for wordplay, you can't beat the Marx Brothers. For physical gags, yes, the Stooges are great. And by the way, both acts were choreographed by whom? I'm just going to throw it out there. Who contributed to both their physical comedy of both the Three Stooges and the Marx Brothers? Can you guess?
I have no idea.
Richard Hart.
Come on, man.
Buster Keaton.
Oh.
So there you go. So that's why they're both really. That's why they're both really, really addictive.
And it's still that humor with the banana peel and all that.
Not the bananas.
Not. Well, if they're just so big and out of place, then it is equals comedy.
What about Dick und Doof? That was big in Germany.
Dick und Dorf.
They
Dick und
basically
Doof.
just copied what you had on screen.
How would
with
they be
the
called in
Stooges.
English? Dick und
Who's
Doof.
Dick and Dorf?
Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy.
Oh, yes. Laurel and Hardy is what we called them.
Ah, Laurel and Hardy. Okay, we call them
Yes,
Dick
they
and
were
Doof.
Dick and
Thick
Dorf.
and
Okay,
dumb.
well. Thick man und
Thick and
the
dumb.
svelte man with the hats and the little mustache. It's so funny.
Alan's like Dick Van Dyke. No.
Dick Van
Well, I
Dorf.
mean, correct me. Did they actually create something that wasn't there before? Because I thought they just copied what was before them.
No. What are you
No?
talking about? Wait, who's the copying? Are you
The
thinking
Marx
here?
Brothers or
The Laurel and Hardy. They
No,
came
no,
later,
original.
no?
Original.
They were.
They came out of the silent era. They translated into talkies, so they are
True,
one of the
silent movies, yes.
groups that was able to translate from silent comedy to talkies, along with, of course, Charlie Chaplin and
1930.
but Buster Keaton did not translate over to the talkies very well. He wanted to keep, when you could hear his baritone voice, they screwed him over and they started casting him as a talking comedian, and he was always the physical silent guy, and he took to alcoholism and it screwed up his act. But Laurel and Hardy were original, and so was Harold Lloyd, Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin. The Marx Brothers came later, of course, in the 30s.
Gotta know your comedy.
Well, I got another original coming for you, and you know all which it is. It is.
Fork the outro.